The sky hung heavy with rain clouds on the day Adaugo's mother left the world. As the villagers wept for the loss of a good woman, a new life cried out in the little hut by the edge of the village. Baby Adaugo entered the world as her mother's spirit slipped away, leaving her father, Obinna, shattered by both grief and joy. He cradled the tiny infant in his arms, torn between love and sorrow. In the years that followed, Obinna struggled to raise Adaugo alone. He poured his love into her, but the absence of a mother's gentle hand was felt keenly. He decided to marry Nnenna, a woman from a nearby village. Nnenna was beautiful, confident, and outwardly sweet, but her heart harbored a bitterness that soon darkened the home. Adaugo, now a growing child with eyes that shone like the moonlight, was the mirror image of her mother. It was this resemblance that stirred resentment within Nnenna, a reminder of a woman she could never outshine. Her jealousy festered, and soon, she began to channel all her anger toward the innocent girl. Nnenna's cruelty started subtly but grew more severe with each passing day. She would send Adaugo to fetch water from the distant river at dawn while Nnenna's own daughter slept soundly. Obinna was oblivious to the mistreatment, as Nnenna ensured he never saw the worst of it. When Adaugo turned 10, her responsibilities increased. She was sent to the village market to sell fruits. Unlike the other children who spent their days in school, learning and laughing, Adaugo stood at the market stall, her small hands clutching a basket of oranges and bananas. Her dark skin gleamed in the sunlight, a stark contrast to her weary eyes. Fruits. Fresh fruits, she called out in a soft, timid voice. Yet, in her gaze, there lingered a spark, a determination that Nnenna's cruelty could not extinguish. At home, Nnenna made sure Adaugo was fed only once a day, a small bowl of leftover porridge. She watched, smirking, as Adaugo ate quietly, her stomach rumbling even after the last bite. "You eat like a beggar," Nnenna sneered. "That's all you deserve." Adaugo bit her lip and fought back tears. She couldn't understand why she was treated so differently. Her stepmother's daughters wore new clothes and went to school, while she was left to wear tattered hand-me-downs. One evening, after another grueling day at the market, Adaugo sat by the window, gazing at the moon. Her heart ached with a yearning she could not put into words. She remembered the stories her father told her of her late mother, a kind woman with a heart as wide as the ocean. Adaugo held on to those memories like a lifeline. One fateful afternoon, as Adaugo stood at the market with her basket of fruits, an elderly woman approached her. The woman wore a ragged wrapper and leaned heavily on a walking stick. Her hair was as white as ash, and her eyes sparkled with an otherworldly wisdom. "Child," the old woman said, her voice barely above a whisper. "Why do you sell these fruits alone, when others your age are in school?" Adaugo lowered her gaze, feeling shame bubble up within her. "It is what my stepmother wishes," she replied quietly. The old woman studied her for a moment, then nodded as if understanding something unspoken. She reached into her bag and pulled out a strange fruit. It was unlike any fruit Adaugo had seen before, glowing faintly, with a golden hue. "This is a gift," the woman said, placing the fruit into Adaugo's trembling hands. "But listen carefully, child. This fruit must only be eaten by your father." Adaugo was confused but instinctively trusted the old woman. She hid the fruit beneath her wrapper and thanked the stranger, who disappeared into the crowd like a shadow. When she returned home that evening, Nnenna was waiting with a scowl. "What took you so long?" she snapped. "Did you waste time gossiping with market folk?" "No, Ma," Adaugo murmured. She hurried to her small corner of the house, clutching the fruit tightly. She planned to give it to her father when he returned from his trip the next day. The following morning, as Adaugo's father was still away, Nnenna's bitterness reached its peak. She had seen how the villagers often showed Adaugo kindness, offering her extra coins or treats when they thought no one was watching. It filled her with rage to see Adaugo receiving sympathy. "Why does everyone feel sorry for you?" she spat. "You are nothing but a burden." Nnenna was contemplating another form of punishment for Adaugo when, suddenly, a sharp pain shot through her head. She stumbled, her vision blurring. Panic seized her heart as darkness crept in, and within moments, her sight was gone. Nnenna screamed in terror, her voice echoing through the house. Her daughters rushed to her side, but there was nothing they could do. The local healer was called, but he could find no cause for her sudden blindness. He shook his head gravely. "It seems the spirits have passed judgment," he muttered under his breath. Adaugo watched silently, unsure of what to feel. A part of her was frightened by Nnenna's fate, but another part whispered that perhaps this was justice. When her father returned, he was shocked to see Nnenna in such a state. As he tried to console his wife, Adaugo approached him timidly and handed him the strange fruit. "Papa, an old woman gave me this," she said. "She said it was for you." Obinna, weary and heartbroken, took the fruit and ate it. As he did, a weight seemed to lift from his shoulders. He felt clarity return to his mind, a clarity that allowed him to see the cruelty he had ignored for so long. He realized that in his grief and desire to rebuild his family, he had failed his daughter. Obinna confronted Nnenna, demanding to know why she had treated his daughter so harshly. Nnenna, blinded and consumed by her own bitterness, could not offer a coherent answer. Her hatred had grown like a vine, twisting and choking her reason. Realizing there was no salvation for Nnenna's darkened heart, Obinna decided to send her away. "I cannot keep someone who has harmed my child under my roof," he declared. She left the village, cursing her fate and stumbling blindly into the wilderness. With Nnenna gone, Adaugo's life changed drastically. Her father enrolled her in school, where she quickly caught up with the other children. She showed a natural talent for storytelling and art, her imagination blossoming with each passing day.